recognized as Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Parliament for some time now has joined in raising awareness in a very demonstrating way. And we have where all working at Parliament are encouraged and continue to show our support and wear what we call a hint of pink. So that would be either pink attire or a pink ribbon every Friday throughout the month of October. Breast cancer is an illness that continues to affect and claim the lives of thousands of women each year. As Parliament continues in its awareness efforts for today's meeting, we have invited a breast cancer survivor to share a little bit of her experience to Parliament and in doing so to the general public. I want to thank her for her courage because no one, no age, is safe from the claws of breast cancer. It hits home. It continues to not only hit home, but hit homes, hit Parliament, hit government, hit persons. And so we thought in this small way to continue to bring that awareness and encourage women to get checked. All of the survivors walking around today, who we acknowledge have taken a step somewhere in the past, whether it was own breast examination, clinical breast examination, and today, therefore, they were able to catch hold and destroy the disease at an early stage. And so, of course, we are thankful for that. We are thankful for the many foundations and individuals who continue to stress awareness. When I look at the numbers, the survivors, the families who are affected by the patients and survivors, I think we need to continue this awareness throughout the year. Throughout the year. And as my pin today says, we have to let faith be bigger than fear. We must let fear be bigger. Faith be bigger than fear. So again, I want to encourage her and thank her for her courage, for her positive spirit, which I know she displays every opportunity that she gets. And so for just a few minutes, Miss Yolanda Jackson Martina will share her experiences with us, but most importantly, to give words of courage to those who might be going through the same thing like you are. What that is, Mrs. Jackson Martina will share with us. And so, Yolanda, you have the floor.
It's very challenging to share my testimony in just 5 minutes, but I'll try my best to do so. My name is Yolanda Jackson Martina, a proud wife, a devoted mother of 2 beautiful daughters, aged 17 and 12. On January 18, 2021, at just the age of 39, my life changed forever when I was diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer. It all started one day while preparing for a shower when I noticed a bloody discharge from my nipple. Concerned, I contacted my doctor, which led to a mammogram. It revealed discrepancies, which prompted an ultrasound on that same day. The ultrasound also remained inconclusive. Thereafter, a biopsy was done. When the results came back, I heard the words no one ever wants to hear: "You have cancer." I was in complete shock and immediately thought death. I had no knowledge of this disease. I was looking forward to celebrating my 40th birthday and not fighting for my life. Within 10 days of receiving this devastating news, I had the surgery to remove the tumor. And 3 weeks later, I began chemotherapy treatment at the St. Martin Medical Center. The treatment was brutal. It was the devil in liquid form. Best way to describe it. From the first treatment, I lost my hair, my appetite, my weight, and I vomited most days until I vomited blood. And I was too weak to move. The nausea was consistent. I depended completely on my family for the simplest of tasks. For someone who had always been independent and active, that was one of the hardest struggles of my life, relying on my family to do everything. From taking a shower, feeding me, dressing me. At one point, I wanted to give up. I wanted to give up on life. But my eldest daughter held my hand and looked into my eyes and said, "Mommy, please fight. We love you. We need you." That moment when I heard her shaky voice and saw her teary eyes, it fueled my strength and determination to fight for my life. After 8 months of chemotherapy, I traveled to Curacao for radiation, where tests revealed the cancer had spread to my lymph nodes and throughout my right breast. My doctor advised me to have an immediate mastectomy. As a young woman and wife, the thought of losing my breast was terrifying, but my husband offered me incredible support. He looked at me and said, "If this is what you need to save your life, then we'll get through it together. My love for you won't change. What matters is that I want you here by my side as we grow old together." His reassurance meant the world to me. It gave me that courage to proceed with the surgery in September 2021. Recovery was long and difficult. I lost feeling in my right arm and spent months in therapy. Later in 2023, I traveled twice to Colombia for further treatment and reconstructive surgery. A step toward reclaiming my self-confidence and healing emotionally. This journey has been quite challenging for me, as to this day, I'm dealing with side effects of the chemotherapy treatment, such as early menopause, fatigue, daily joint pains, tingling feelings in my arms, my legs, my feet, mood changing, brain fog, and sleep disturbances. Despite these challenges, I stand here before you as a 4-year breast cancer warrior, grateful to God and to everyone who supported me through this journey. I share my story not for sympathy. I share it to bring awareness. Breast cancer is not a death sentence. Breast cancer does not discriminate. It can affect both men and women. Yes, you men, you can get breast cancer too. With early detection, it is treatable and survival is possible. I urge everyone, both men and women over the age of 35, to get screened regularly. In addition to regular screenings, I encourage everyone to manage stress, as it can contribute to various health issues, cancer being the #1 illness. Maintaining a healthy diet and engaging in regular exercise are vital components of your overall well-being. Isaiah chapter 40, verse 31 says, "Those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles." To anyone battling breast cancer or any type of cancer right now, you are not alone. God is with you, and there is hope beyond the storm. If my story can inspire one person to get checked, then sharing it today is worth every moment. Thank you, Parliament, for inviting me to give my testimony. This journey, I stand here as proof that faith, love, and early detection save lives. It saved minds, and I thank you.
Your social and health insurance is SZV insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SZV is cardless. Request your My SZV account today and enter the virtual office of SZV. Go to szv.sx and sign up now.
SZV, yeah. Your social and health insurances.
24/7 TV programming on www.stmartinmediacenter.com, SXM Daily News, PBS NewsHour, Now You Know, comm programs, documentary, entertainment, sports events, Saturday children's hours, religion programs, and movies. Click on SXM TV broadcast to see your favorite programs.
St. Martin, as heavy rain falls across our region, we urge all residents and visitors to exercise caution and stay alert. Here are the areas prone to street flooding, flash floods, and/or rock slides. Avoid these locations until water levels subside. Atillage Road Roundabout, Cul-de-Sac. Arch Road, Sucker Garden. Beacon Hill Road, Simpson Bay. Atillage Road, Border Monument, Belvedere, Lower Princess Quarter. Billy Folly Road, Cole Bay. Emma Plain, Phillipsburg. L.B. Scott Road, Cul-de-Sac. Rhine Road, Lowlands. Welhelican Road, Low K Roundabout, Cahill, Little Bay. Well Road, Wellington Road, and Orange Grove Road, Cole Bay. Yancho Rousquin Boulevard, Point Blanche, and Sakersgut Road, Cul-de-Sac. Remember, safety comes first. Let's work together to keep our community safe. This public service announcement is brought to you by the Department of Communication.
Further, just for informing, tomorrow is Thursday, the 23rd of October. I have an invitation for a closed-door parliamentary session in which, in a closed-door session, details will be discussed about the status that we are in now with the GEBE. So tomorrow, this meeting will provide an opportunity actually to update members of parliament on the latest development within the company and to discuss the steps forward to ensure transparency, accountability, and stability. In that way, we also, in that meeting in parliament, I will also go with a delegation consisting on representatives of the supervisory board of GB will also be accompanying me in that meeting, and also with the managerial board will also be represented in that meeting. So tomorrow we will have a parliamentary meeting, and I think it's important for the people of St. Martin to know that tomorrow we have that meeting.
A couple issues since you first brought up GB. I know personally, and I've heard from many, that there are still problems with invoices starting from the period where the hack to GB was to date, that in between, people are still reporting that invoices are missing despite requests for those invoices to be furnished. They're not furnished, or invoice amounts that are incorrect. Can you update us a bit on what GB's efforts are to straighten out that those invoices from that period?
That statements that you're hearing about the inaccuracy of the bills, the transparency or not of the billing system, I have been hearing that a lot too. And since that I'm hearing that, and being Prime Minister of St. Martin, I have been having meetings with GEBE on this topic. The GEBE constantly assured me that they are working to make their invoice system more and more accurate at this particular moment. So as you are hearing it on the street, in the same intensity, I am constantly in meetings with GEBE. Even the Council of Ministers had a meeting with GEBE on this topic, and I'm on them constantly to tell them that I still hear from the community that there is still some inaccuracy on the billing the invoices that the consumers are receiving. It has my attention. I'm not the management of GEBE. People have to understand that. Constantly, everything that happens in GB, of course, everybody direct themselves to the Prime Minister. I am with my government the shareholder of GEBE. If you know the rules of corporate governance, between me and the management, there is still a layer being the supervisory board. So my communication line is all my concerns that I have, my vision plans from me or from my government, directions that I would like to have with GB has to go through the supervisory board, and they have then the responsibility to delegate it to the managerial board of the company. But for sure, I'm aware of still information that I'm getting from the community that there is still some unhappiness concerning the inaccuracy of bills, and constantly I am attending the supervisory board about the information that I'm receiving. And constantly they are engaging and committing to improve their accuracy of their billing. And that is as far as I can go until now.
Thank you. Can you update us? Has GB ordered new generators, the large megawatt generators that Holland lent
Yes.
money to St.
Yeah.
Martin to buy?
Uh-huh.
Have they been ordered yet?
Yeah, they are now in the phase we had to, because there was a high preference to continue, because the personnel of GEB is very well educated with the brand Wärtsilä. GB's history is based on the brand Wärtsilä. The knowledge how to deal with Wärtsilä is there. The connections are there. The type of accessoires that has to be ordered are known for GB. So there is a whole culture already around Wärtsilä brand. We made use of deviating possibility in the contabiliteitslandsverordening. And now we are in the step that we have already put the connection and the contacts with Wärtsilä, and we are now negotiating on the purchase of the generators. So that is the process that we're in already. We are ready by the fabric.
So, given St. Martin's long history and relationship with Wärtsilä,
Yeah.
will St. Martin still be using any sort of a middleman broker in that process, or will St. Martin or GB purchase the generators directly from Wärtsilä, thereby saving
Yes.
commissions or
Yeah.
fees if a middle
Yeah.
person's involved?
Yes. As you can recall, we have gotten the loan from the Netherlands, the 42 million, to order the generators. There were no conditions to the loan. I continue repeating that, except that it had to be paid in 25 years back. And there was a very low interest rate of 2.43%. That was very known. I said it from day one. These were the only two conditions. But there was an extra 1 million that they called a 1 million to subsidize and finance the technical assistance in guiding GB in the crisis that we were in and still are in with energy supply for the country. And in that 1 million is also the condition to appoint an expert that is going to be guiding the whole project of purchasing and installing of the new generators. As you know, that's a very complex process, but that is the idea of the technical assistance that has been subsidized with a 1 million extra loan to GEB, and that money is going to be used to guide the whole technical process until the generators are installed. And in this case, GB is going to do it directly with Wärtsilä. That is how we're going to do it.
you SXV insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXV is cardless. Request your MySXV account today and enter the virtual office of SXV. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
SXV, yeah, your social health insurances.
24/7 TV programming on www.stmartinmediacenter.com, SXM Daily News, PBS NewsHour, Now You Know, com programs, documentary, entertainment, sports events, Saturday children's hours, religion programs, and movies. Click on SXM TV broadcast to see your favorite programs.
Last Friday, I held a productive meeting with the Monsieur Cyril Le Velay of Saint-Martin and Saint-Barthélemy. The discussions that we had with each other was, of course, a strengthening of our cooperation between both sides of the island, and particularly focusing on more synchronization of emergency management and public safety. We also addressed, for example, a better alignment of the color codes for emergencies on both sides of the island, and also to ensure that both sides of this country respond uniformly during severe weather events or disasters. Additionally, we discussed updates also on the emergency broadcast system for the Dutch side. As you know, the French side initiated that already. They are in functioning of that system already. We are busy setting it up to make it to introduce it in practice for the community of St. Martin. And also for that reason, because they implemented it already, we are trying to synchronize and coordinate that project together, so we are very uniform in approach of this broadcast system for the island of St. Martin, seeing it's one island and one people. This is, of course, to ensure and reflect our ongoing collaboration to ensure the safety and well-being of our residents. We are always talking about our collaboration with our northern neighbors. In this case, we decided that we will have structurally a quarterly meeting between the Dutch and the French side to continue focusing on uniformity and collaboration, for us to get closer and closer to each other, for us to be in the perception of one people and one country. That is what we all want on this peaceful island. Concerning regional and international security, as we all know, there is an increase in the tension in the Caribbean and the northern part of the South America, being the tension between the United States and Venezuela, with a lot of presence of U.S. Navy in the Caribbean. And to that action, I decided to, I'm going to send a letter to the kingdom government after a recent meeting already that I had with the Prime Minister of the Netherlands, Mr. Dick Schoof, at the United Nations General Assembly in New York recently. I decided that I'm going to send a letter, given the geographical proximity and unique geopolitical position of St. Martin. I do believe that we have to stay, and that is my responsibility of Prime Minister of St. Martin, to remain proactive in matters of regional security and preparedness. The letter will reinforce our commitment to coordination within the Kingdom on defense and security matters, ensuring that St. Martin's interest and safety are adequately represented.